Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Golgari, but not Golgari Temple, a Golgari sort of control deck. So, I understand that Golgari has kind of been on the downshift, and a lot of people are turning away from it ever since Murder or Karlov's House was released. But I still feel like just the black color itself is so strong in Arena. It's just not, or on Magic, it's just not fair. I don't think there's any deck out there right now that doesn't run black that really has a chance. And I am including Boros, because no matter how good Boros decks are, it gets stopped by a Malicious Malfunction. So, hey, you know, I'm going to try this deck out. And I don't know if it's good or not, because I slotted in a bunch of weird cards. And, this is going to be great, or not. We'll find out. So let's talk about the whole deck. The idea is that we're going to stall and eventually temple, well, quote-unquote temple them out with cards like Preacher and Glissa. And if that doesn't work, eventually we might be able to hit a Virtue or steal from their deck. But what else do we have in this deck? We got 2 March for life gain. We have 2 Go for the Throw for removal against a Sheoldred. 2 Long Goodbye for removal against maybe Rafine, maybe you know, Liliana, some smaller planeswalkers. And then we have 1 Sheoldred's Edict for a larger planeswalker that we need to let them sacrifice. We also have 1 Tear Asunder to remove anything we want. 1 Assassin's Trophy, the new inclusion in Standard that allows us to basically destroy any permanent, and then our opponent fetch for a basic land. And this is going to be very important in today's metagame because I don't think a lot of people are running that many basic lands. So this is kind of like a Field of Ruin, but onto any permanent, sort of. We have 1 Stonebrain. I wanted to try out the Stonebrain idea in this deck as well. I don't know why it's shifting. The Stonebrain idea is that against most decks, I will know what their ultimate win con is, and I will be able to remove that. But a lot of times, especially with a slower deck like Golgari, Stonebrain is going to get stuck in my hand. So I'm going to put it on the side for now. Just 1 off. Not the sideboard, just put it on the side for now. I only have 1 off and not just gonna make that my main sort of synergy. I also have 1 Unlicensed Hearse against those stupid combo deck that goes into the graveyard. This can also help a little bit, but Unlicensed Hearse is one of those cards that it just seems like it's so good as an answer for most things, and then when you run it, it actually never works and never hits anything. So 1 in a deck, hopefully it'll hit something. And then, of course, the actual win con of the deck is for Preacher, right? It's crazy because Preacher can solo control decks. You just have 1 out and just keep attacking them. You can draw cards, or if you're lower on life, you can make vampires. Either way, it's good. And it's Death Touch, so it's not very easy to block. That's really all there is. Preacher. Now, no Sheoldred in the deck, just Preacher. We also have 4 Malicious Malfunctions against Boros. That's why it's in the deck. Very obvious. And then 2 Glissa Sunslayer. Glissa is just great. We get card draw. We get to destroy enchantments, or we can remove counters from potential planeswalkers. And then we also have 1 Celestus at 3-drop. That's going to be important to, you know, filter out the useless cards into useful cards. And then we have 2 Sorin for maybe additional card draw, and maybe we just get the -7 at some point. 1 DN, because I love having DN in the deck and just like catch people off guard and blow up their win con like a Jace or something. And then we have 1 Alcatraz, the life-linking bat god that can turn back into a land. Pretty useful in those kind of scenario. 3 Deadly Cover-Up. We don't have a lot of high mana values, so only 3 in the deck, but definitely can blow up the board and take out one of their win con. 2 Virtue to recycle cards from our graveyard, and also -3/-3 to gain life against mono red, maybe. And then 3 Outrageous Robbery against control. We're going to rob their deck and use it against them. That's the idea of the deck. 1 or 2 key point of note. 1, no Sheoldred, as you can see here. That might be not the best. Maybe you want to cut a Sorin for Sheoldred if you're facing against a lot of aggro. That could be something. Another thing is that you can definitely include like a Shigeki and a Turtle in this deck to make an endless cycle. Take out the Virtue and just have a Shigeki Turtle cycle. That can also work. If you're facing a lot of control and not a lot of aggro, you can actually cut both March for the Shigeki and the Turtle combo. Kind of recycle in your graveyard. I don't like it as much because it's a lot of thinking, and on you know, recording videos, I don't really want to think too much and just stall all the time, right? Land base, very simple. We got the Golgari lands. We got 3 swamps, 1 Takenuma, 3 forests, 1 Boseiju, 4 Deathcap Glade, 4 Restless Cottage, 4 Underground Mortuary, very standard. But now I'm only running 2 Llanowar Wastes just because I don't want to ping myself too much. And this deck does run a little bit slower. 2 Demolition Fields to catch people off guard when they name Field of Ruin for some of their cards that they want to tax or exile. And then we have 2 Mirix just for that anti-control sort of late game ability. 26 lands in a deck, by the way. It's a slower deck, so slower style, so I'm going to play with slower deck. Alrighty. Golgari. Let's fighty. I don't know what I just said. To show only instant cards in the deck building, type T:instant. Please don't T my colon. Alright, our first opponent is Zux. Zux. I can't. Nice color scheme, Magic. Alright, you go first. I only have 2 lands, but I do have Glissa and a Sheoldred's Edict. Do I keep this hand with 2 lands with 26 lands in the deck? The answer is yes, cautiously and very sadly, because if I mulligan, I'm going first. I'm gonna have 6 cards and only. If I have 3 lands of 6 cards, that would mean I only have 3 active cards, and there's no guarantee that those are playable cards. So, I'm already sad. All right, no lands on the first draw. I got one more draw into getting a land, or I'm gonna cry because this is blue-white control. So first opponent's already control, not a land. All right, I'm gonna leave. First opponent already control. It's not game yet, but I don't want to play this out because it's just a waste of everyone's time. Yeah. Against control, this deck has what it takes, but of course we need to draw lands to get that mid-game tempo out, right? I want to have a little bit of mid-game tempo. I have a lot of removal, that's to be fair, and I don't think he's gonna mill me right away, but I just get salty when I, get mana screw. All right, now we don't get to go first, but we do have 3 lands. Yay. I have Takenuma. That's the thing. I don't want to play my Takenuma, but I'll do it. Barely legal. All right, barely legal. Are you playing Boros? Because that is not legal. Hello. Would you like to play something? Oh, look at that. Tournament winner right here. So special. So special. Tournament winners always rope because they're terrible at the game. The fact that you play Magic tournament means that you're terrible at Magic. Right? That's exactly what it means. Mr. Rope. Ugh. I mean, you would think if he's barely legal, he has an accessible internet connection, so he's not DCing, he's just bad. Yeah, rope turn 1. Another, okay, now control. Not sure what that is. Blue-eyed soldiers? Yeah, blue-eyed soldiers. Alright, well, Virtue's probably gonna eat nothing here, but it will have to do. Oh, come on, stop tanking. Jeez. Tank turn 1, tank turn 2. Brain is rotting and can't think. Spyglass Siren. Right. Tap your blue. You want to pump your Warden? Yes, pump your Warden. Have 1 white open. Does this have to tap? This does have to tap. I'm confused why he did that. Probably has a protection spell. But does this deck run protection spell? Can it afford to? All these questions and more next time on Dragon Ball Z. This feels like an episode of Dragon Ball Z. 40 minutes of nothing happening, and then a rope come out, and then Frieza just kills me in the end. Right to the top. Fantastic. Good for you. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, our opponent ropes once again. Now you wanted to keep that. What did you want him to keep? A Warden? Alright. What else you got? He doesn't have 3. You could tap it again, I guess. Does he have another play? He's got, blue mana now. I guess he can counter my Virtue. Is this just a Warden counter deck? I mean, it could be, right? Playing a Virtue on turn 3 does feel pretty bad. I can play a Preacher. Tank, 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 tank. We have so much removal in this deck. It's not even funny. But we have 2 Virtue, we draw both of them, rather than any of the other good removal. Virtue is the only one that's, life cost or the toughness restricted removal. worst part about playing Arena, right? Alright, Deathcap Glade. We'll play a Preacher. He'll pump his Warden. We will, if we try to remove this, we'll just counter it. Too wide. Too open for some reason for it. So, like, that's obviously not played into the kill spells. Virtue. Alright, so that's what he can't open. Will he pump his Warden here? Is it that good to pump a Warden? I'm not sure. I don't think he's gonna block my Preacher, right? So either way. I can rob him? That's all I can do next turn? That's not gonna feel good. What else can I do though? This deck definitely doesn't run Sunfall. I don't know if he runs counter spells. He definitely doesn't have a Brain, because he's not, you know, doing anything any turn. Alright, well, if I get a Stone Brain, what would I use? Look at every single one of his cards. Then taps all three of them to scry to immediately to the bottom. Wow, that was so fast. It's probably a land. Yay. Would you like to attack? He does like to attack. Interesting attack into a Death Touch here. Is it a Gonjo? Alright, a Gonjo will kill my Preacher, so... I bet all he has is lands. Definitely one of them is an Agonjo. What if I didn't block? Then, okay. This has been the worst game I've ever played. Wandering Emperor.
Finally. I'm home.
What?
Keep watch for intruders.
Attacks the player with the most life. So I'm not attacking a player. Unfortunately, not attacking a player. But killing an Emperor is killing an Emperor, right? It's not going to say no to that. Oh. Oh, what do you know? Oh, that happened.
Until next time, then.
That's a good draw. I didn't know that I was going to draw a card because I was attacking a Planeswalker, right? Attacks the player with the most life or tied with the most life. Attacks while you have the most. While I have the most life. Okay, interesting. It's going to tap everything for the Virtue. Because Virtue doesn't need to attack, right? Yeah, so I think he might tap everything. For the Warden. Taps everything for the Warden. Kills the Warden. Does he still scry? Scry to the top. He does scry. Alright. I don't like Bosejuing him, but he did scry to the top. And I have the same amount of life he does. So let me draw a card first. I get both. That's a land. If he double blocks, he kills both of them. If he doesn't block, it's just free attack. This is when it attacks, right? So it doesn't do anything when it comes in the battlefield. And this is legendary, but Boseiju costs 1, and I only have 4. So gotta wait this out a little bit. I don't want to use Boseiju this turn, because that will only be... Yeah, nothing here. Right, that will only be 1 mana, or 2 mana. So I have 3 mana left open to not do anything. So instead, let's get a bat out. I should have played the Deathcap Glade. Minor issue, but something to consider. Did he want to keep a land? No way, right? I don't think he's going to keep that Spy God Siren. I mean, it will be a 4-4, but that, or it'll be a 5-5, but that's about as big as it gets. Which I'm okay with because I have a Death Touch guy. Oh, our opponent tanks on everything. It's just you can see the cogs in his little brain turning one gear at a time. I'm not just making fun of him because he's slow. I'm making fun of him because he's dumb. All right, attacks with the 1. I want to have more health, so I'll block it. Do I want to have more health this way? So I block it. This is lifelink. This will make us both 19. Actually, no. I'm at 19. This will make me 20. Second virtue. Alright, interesting. He wants to get big. He wants to get real big here. So, Boseiju 1 now doesn't feel very useful. What do I do here? Do I just let the virtue go? I don't want to just let the virtue go, right? Attacking make him discard, but he can then block. Then he'll only have a 2/2. I will do just that. Each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, I draw a card. So I draw 2 cards. Maybe I get something good. A Preacher and a Malfunction. He blocks this way. So we get a land. He can pump this, which I don't think I care too much about him pumping this. Right, take 6. I have lifelink, so I don't mind taking 6. I'm gonna rob him next turn then. Definitely a creature deck. Attacks me for 6. 17. Can you deal 1 more, please? Another virtue. Alright, our opponent's gonna get all their virtues out. I draw 4 cards from your deck. What kind of deck are you running? Alright. That's the kind of deck you're running. I think that's fine. Do I have any creatures? I don't have any creatures. I can take their Warden as creature. But if I attack right now, I draw a card, right? An unlicensed hearse. Will he block this? That would be interesting if he blocks. I don't think he will. But who knows, right? I got the deadly cover up. He doesn't know that. He doesn't have haste either. And these creatures can't really kill me that fast. So I'm okay. I gotta get to lower life to actually get things out. That's kind of funny. And then the malfunctions are not doing anything. He's letting that go. I'll show him why he will regret it in just a second here. I don't have to discard it yet, so I don't think I'm going to play my hearse. Do I play my hearse? I get 2 1/1s, right? What can he do next turn? I don't think there's anything I need to Boseiju. Let's do it. He can't kill me this turn with 1 draw. He might just play another virtue, which I'm okay with. The wedding announcement is going to keep blocking. Blue-white does not give trample. Blocks. Blocks. Okay, what else do you have? He's gonna tank this too? I already blocked. You don't have trample. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. We're facing against the worst opponent in the world here. That's why he's barely legal. You're gonna play his 3rd virtue? I don't have a board wipe against virtue, but I can board wipe his creatures over and over. So there's at least that. Right? Yeah, I don't have any board wipes against enchantments in this deck. I could have put a season, I think a season assist. That was one card that I saw a lot of people using. That definitely can be useful, you know, against this kind of setup. But I have enchantment killers. If I just draw a Glissa, that would have already stopped these. I can also draw an assassin trophy, that would also stop them. And Tear Asunder also stops that. I have 3. So I think that should be good enough. It should be, and you know, you never know, right? He's gonna Virtue again. Yeah. Big creatures. And exile some cards. What do I take? Does he have something? What does he have? An instant spell somehow? I think it's just the Emperor, right? That's probably what he has. But he's tanking. It is the Emperor. Okay. Can't stop the Emperor, but that's fine. I think he's just gonna exile my Preacher.
Fight, but I'm going to end it.
Oh, we got a Tear Asunder. That is beautiful.
You're done.
I mean, this just exiles. There's no reason for me to play that right now. Let's see. I get 2 on ones, so I can block these 2. He's gonna try to pump, which doesn't do much. I can't deadly cover up right now. I can triple malfunction. Triple malfunction makes this down to a. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can triple malfunction. Triple malfunction brings this down to a reasonable amount. Or I can play a Preacher. Alright, let's transform. And then we'll play another Preacher. I already played a land this turn. I got a Tear Asunder, so I'm okay. I got blockers for days. Enjoy it. Wandering Emperor, very scary. Spyglass Siren. Gotta put a stop here. Virtue. Hardcast Virtue. Guess we'll have to remove them one at a time, right?
Show them how we greet our enemies.
He's attacking with a 10 into this. Interesting. Alright, well, there goes your 10. I don't understand this. I have a Death Touch. Exile one of those. Exile those. Alright, it will be a 4. Can't exactly kill both that and the Emperor, right? That will be a little bit difficult to do, but what I can do is cover up, remove all his Emperor, and then how much mana do I have? 3 mana. I can play a Takenuma. Right, I can play a Takenuma and then crew my Unlicensed Hearse. So yeah, I guess we'll have to do that. Let's get 2, 2, 2. How many Emperors do you have in your deck? 3. Tashana and Counterspell. He does have Counterspell. That's interesting. Alright, now we play Takenuma. We play our Sorin. We minus the Sorin.
Under my neither vampire
through
nor
it.
you deal with this annoyance.
Attack your Emperor. Gets rid of your Emperor. And then you quit.
Training.
All that tanking just to
this?
quit. Yeah, all that training just for this. Come on. Come on now. You blue-white deck you. How is that deck ever gonna beat Boros? I don't understand. That's just so bad. Like, I feel like Boros will eat it for breakfast. Alright, I have enough time for one more match, so let's try it out. I hope it works. I really like this Golgari deck, but it does seem like it is very draw dependent. Of course, that's the problem with the current state of well, not Arena, but just Magic in general, is that a lot of decks require 1-off and 2-offs. That makes the draw so dependent that it's almost like we're playing EDH. MTG Justice. But if you make it all 4-off with all decks, then the problem with that becomes you can't answer everything. Alright, we're gonna go first. No ramp, but we got a lot of removal. We got the Virtue, we got the Goodbye, we got the Malfunctions, and then we can start robbing them on like turn 17 or something. Let's try it. Probably Boros. Yeah, probably Boros, right? You just land a Takenuma. Yeah, this shows that we have no other land. That might make him play differently. Battlefield Forge. Novice. Alright. Can't stop the big things from happening. The little dudes. Demolition. Right? Gleeful Demolition. That's the card. You see how gleeful it is? Warden. Okay. Taps. Removes. Gotta use my removal when I can. Don't know how long I have before the board just gets out of control against me. Another robbery is not great. I don't need double robbery here. Virtue this guy. Evangelist gets a bats. No lands, but hey, you know, we'll trade a turn for a turn. Hopefully my turn gets better as I draw lands. 26 lands in the deck. I've been mana screwed 2 out of 3 games. No battle cry for you. I could have waited honestly, but I'm afraid of the dudes. I forgot what it's called. If he attacks with a Beer React, I'm actually happy about that. It's not that much damage, and I have a Field of Ruin, so I'm just gonna activate it next turn. Or do I steal from him next turn? I get a land, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any. I can blow it up this turn, so that he can't use the mana. Whereas if I blow it up next turn, he can definitely use the mana for something. Right? Yeah. So this is something that I normally wouldn't do. But blowing up this turn means that I can use the mana for Long Goodbye. I'm only going to use the mana for Long Goodbye anyways. And if I waited on his turn, that'll give him an extra mana. So instead of 5 mana next turn, he'll have 6. He can't use this mana right now for the clue because it costs 2. He definitely has basics. I mean, come on. Take action. We have basics. Alright, now our robbery takes 2 cards from him. It's not great, but it can help us kind of curve out a little bit more into Virtue. Once we curve into Virtue, I think it'll be game over. So we have a Goodbye for this turn. Then we rob him, and then we have a Malfunction for the turn after. Hopefully that can survive us long enough. Survive us. Let us survive long enough. Recruiter. Alright, scary though. This is very scary. I do draw a land. Since I draw a land here, how important is it for me to board wipe right now? Because if he Gleeful Demolition and plays that, that's a lot of damage. Take out his creatures. Take out his creatures every turn that I can. It's kind of the plan anyways. We missed a land on turn 3, I think. That's the most important land that I could not have missed, and I missed it. Another recruiter. Put a preacher out. This can block. And then we have the Sayonara, if we need it. Not a real Sayonara. So the Malicious Malfunction, right? That is what we were planning to use on him. And we did use it on him against Boros. I think it's good enough, but you never know. With this kind of deck, they can still pop off. Just out of nowhere. Alright, he's looking to aggro me this turn, I feel like. Here comes a Gleeful Demolition, and then the crew, or the recruiter. But it's not lethal. Oh, Night Errant. Okay. Night Errant is pretty annoying. But he taps most of his creatures, right? So he's not looking to attack this turn. But he is looking to attack next turn. Without Trample, looking to attack next turn is great for him, but still workable for us. Uh-oh. Okay, he's got that card now. Our Long Goodbye is really not going to kill the Night Errant. This is where Go for the Throw will help. Yoshin Frontliner. Yeah, that's a big board. I need to have a board wipe. I have 7 board wipes in the deck. Oh, jeez. Okay, so how many is this? Each creature... Oh, I can't. I can't kill enough of his creatures. He's got this. Each creature you control deals 1 damage, right? So even if I kill one of his creatures, they'll still deal 4 damage to my preacher, and they'll still die. I can't believe he has all. He has it all. That's what I hate about Boros. They always have it all. I draw 2 robberies. Just if these were Deadly Cover-Up, this would have been a different game. Yep. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. That's double going over the top here, double, and that means that we take 6 more, right? Plus 2, plus 1, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, plus 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 damage, 18, we're dead. GG. We could rob 1 card from him, but that's not enough to block. Just has it all. You know what? I don't have to leave that soon. Let's try another game. Golgari is so good, but so draw dependent. Like that game, if we had drawn another cover-up, or the first cover-up actually, or a malfunction, another malfunction, we would have won. And we, at any point in that game, we could not have risked holding on to the malfunction, because if we did, if we held on to the malfunction, the recruiter would just come after us and we just die. We'll say hi, drop a land, and maybe this is okay. Red. So the only one time I draw the Stonebring is the time that it's useless against. So that definitely is my experience. We'll get the Bring on. Maybe we'll take out this Lightning Storm or Lightning Strike. Probably take out the Godric, right? He's really thinking about the Stonebring, like, oh, what do I do? What is this? It's a card I've never seen before. Maybe I get a March. If I get a March, that would be different. I have March in the deck. Shivan Devastator for 1. Wow. Okay. I either take out Godric or Squee here. And which one is more important? I think Godric is one that I can't answer, right? So... will he have Godric? I still think I take out Lightning Strike. Strike. There's 2 in his hand. Yeah, get rid of all of those. Get out of here, you. Alright, the Malfunction won't hit the Devastator anymore, I think, because he can pump it with the... Oh, unless he plays another red spell, which I don't think he does. Great. Fantastic for me. Bully. Well, I'm going to show our opponent a secret tech that I've been holding on to. All exile. Swiss Sphere. Nice. Another Kumano. Nice. Monster's Rage. Do we just die here? 7. Not dead, but dead. Right? At least that's the idea of it. Alright, we can minus this. Minusing this doesn't do anything. Sorin will get us a blocker. So we have to go for the Swiss Sphere. And yeah, Virtue here would help if this is not at 4. But he is at 4. So Virtuing here does not kill it. I have go for the throat, but this 2/2 will come and kill me. So I Sorin, make a 2/3. I have a blocker. Right, so I gained 4. Yeah, that's not enough. So the only way to get out of this is... Oh, man. Is there any way to get out of this? I don't know. This takes me up to 4. And then this attack would still kill me. Nothing here matters. Nothing really matters. I can only hope that our opponent misplays. I think I misplay. I should have killed this and hoped that he doesn't do anything. But he can. He still can, right? Yeah, that's lethal on board. I only have 1 removal. So, there's nothing I can do to stop that. I mean, it's burn, so... If we had a march, it would have been different. Every one of these games, every single game that we played so far, it's always towards the end where I think, if I had this one card in my deck, which is in the deck, right? It's not like the cards are not in the deck. And there are always cards in our hand that we wish was some other card. And that's how I feel about Golgari, because it's so draw dependent. It has answers, but it's not like we can fit all the answers in a deck. You go first. Alright, we'll go first with a Surveil land, which means that we can help get a land a little bit faster. Who knows? And then our curve goes out to 3, right? The robbery has been weird. We've just been mana screwed like 3 games now out of 5 games that we played. And this is at 26 lands in the deck. Also, are we in the game? Hello? Alright, their pet's here, which means that we're in the game. Our pet's not here, so they're not in the game. I think that's how it works. March is so good. But I had to throw it away. The card I was waiting for that whole last game. It's probably a burn deck too, but I don't think I can afford not having a land, right? Mountain. I wish I had that March now. Kumano. Alright, if I had known that I was going to get a Deathcap Glade right afterwards, I would have probably kept that March. Oh well. There's a lot of things I would have done if I had known stuff. What are they going to play? Oh god. Going first with the Virtue. Virtue's good, but also not great in so many situations. Why is the red deck tanking? ramp him a mana. Red deck always go first anyways, right? This will be just as if he went first. Put it onto the battlefield. Swift Fear. Will he pump it? If he doesn't pump it, I'm gonna take it. Alright, so I can kill the Swift Sphere right now. He gets an extra mana, but his mana is not gonna go anywhere. And he can pump it, but pumping it won't help. Yeah, this way he can't play a creature this turn. Or an inner Kumano or something. He can definitely burn me. Play my creature. That's a blocker. Lightning strike my face. Yep. Alright, he probably has pumps. But his pumps does not get over the creature's death touch. Which is important. Witch Stalker Frenzy does. Witch Stalker Frenzy does. And then the pump will not survive the -3. Lots of burn. Keep to the top. That's not good. There's a squeak. Attacks for 3, we go down to 9. We get our land, but how useful is a land right now, right? I'm always off by 1 mana. That's so annoying. I gave him a mana, I didn't give myself a mana. And then a Godric. And then a Kumano. Awesome. Okay. It is what it is. We get a land. That's helpful. We can definitely Glissa and hold up the Tear. Can't kick it, might as well Tear right now so he doesn't get the pump. Attacks. He has another Witch Stalker. Hilarious. Swiss Sphere game out. Can steal 1 card from him. Right? No. No, stealing 1 card from him does not do it. Game. Because we will be at 2 mana. So that march would have helped, I think, but then we would not draw land anyways. My god. All these aggro decks just tearing into the Golgari. It's fine. It's fine. I understand that I should leave it alone, because on Arena, when this happens, it means that the algorithm has turned. But I really like playing this deck, even if I'm losing. Go Chow Jopi. Alright. Maybe the Death Knight is what I need. The one that either draws or deals 1 damage to me. I don't know. It's gonna be good against this kind of deck. What? Prowess. Okay, I don't know what this deck is. Ivy. Now I know what this deck is. Alright, maybe you'll just cast an Ivy without any protection. That would make me happy. Not gonna happen though. The end will be very useful against Ivy. Another Other. Playing off 2 lands here is our opponent. Do I just land a creature? I can steal 2 cards from him. Does he have counter spells in that deck? I don't think I need the Preacher out as much as just getting more card advantage. Maybe we'll just land another Ivy. Raw Priest, so that's the deck. Raw Priest with protection. Only 2 cards. I don't think it will last that long. Doubt he'll counter this. But we get his slip. I mean, he probably has a protection spell, right? Only there'll be a point in running anything here. I need to keep my DN up. I don't think he's gonna play anything here. Yeah, he does not. Combat. We'll phase this out. I'm gonna take a lot of poison, but let's see if he wants to let that happen. Because the combat research goes away. Alright, he lets that happen. Oh, the combat research is on the Otter. What am I doing? I thought it was on the Rock Priest. Huh. Well, I'm just gonna toss it out here because this is a GG anyways. Because of all the stuff that he has. Yeah, I play on 2 lands and I'm still losing to it. Daniel. Yeah. And then he draws a card. That's fine. That was not a good play. I was too tilted of all those other games that I don't even know what I was looking at. I thought for sure he targeted a Raw Priest. But he didn't. It was the Raw Priest triggered, so it looked like it targeted Raw Priest. Because the Raw Priest showed up on the side. That's annoying. Anyway, I still like this deck, to be fair, right? I do think it's a fun deck to play. It's just, so far, it has not been working out. Against that deck, what could I have done better? Against the other, I don't think I could have done anything else. He was targeting the other. And then, I could have phased out the other. Yeah. Then he would just attack me with the Rock Priest. I don't think he would have cared that much. Jojo Lastico! Alright, no longer going first. We got pretty good sort of late game hand. Aggro deck would just blow us out. Green. Not even an aggro deck, just green. Alright, what are we gonna get? A hearse. Against a green deck? Oh, they're also doing Golgari. Mosswood Dread Knight. Yeah, well, I don't think the Unlicensed Hearse would have hurt the Golgari deck too much. Creature. So, can't kill a creature. A Glissa definitely can stand in its way a little. This deck definitely tries to win off Sheoldred, right? Virtue. Dread Knight. Alright, it's pretty scary, but I think this turn I'm gonna Stonebring his Sheoldred. Because next turn I'm going to... think it's Sheoldred Apocalypse, right? Alright, he's got a Glissa, he's got a Bat. There's 3 Sheoldreds in the deck. Probably gonna play the Bat, yep. Oh my god. What is he gonna take? My Virtue? I don't think he will take the Virtue. Probably the Malfunction. Right? Probably the Malfunction. Maybe he'll take the Robbery. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. He takes the March. Does he have another Bat? What? This removes everything, right? Well, I can remove everything, but then he brings the Glissa out. Still gonna have to kind of do it. I don't think he knows how to Malfunction exiles. Maybe he didn't see that coming. Another Bat? Is he gonna take the March again? And then Glissa? Yep, pretty good cards. I gotta say, pretty good cards. I can tear the Glissa. But tearing the Glissa does not feel good, right? He attacks me, draws a card, kills my Preacher. So I gotta steal like 3 cards from him. Those are lands. Those are cards. But all those cards are lands. You know, it'll be a good time to get one of my 4 wipes. I don't think I've ever drawn the Deadly Cover-Up once. He draws a card. There's no Sheoldred left in his deck, so the threats are not all there, but there are still threats in the deck. It's not like they're all gone. I don't draw my Deadly Cover-Up. He has 2 Go for the Throats, which means the cards that I play will be pretty useless. We just go for the throat the Preacher, right? If I Virtue here? Well, I gotta kill his Glissa and then I Virtue? That's a lot. That's asking for a lot. Maybe he'll kill this. Don't have that much time, but Go for the Throw is definitely coming down on my Preacher. Yep. Another way I could have played it is not played the Go for the Throw, play the Preacher there, and then I'll play 4 to kill the Bat, and then I'll pay 5 to, or no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of that would have helped. He gets an extra card draw. I have to remove the Glissa or he gets another card draw. Right, I could have exiled that and then that would be 4 damage onto the Glissa. So instead of Preacher in the graveyard, I would have killed the Bat and then march the Glissa. Maybe. Second Glissa. Just never didn't have it. Draws Mirix here. I can Virtue. Glissa kills Virtue. GG. Yeah. Even Mire. Even Mire is just your opponent draws better cards than you. It's the Bat. I get it. But Could I have done anything against that? I could have taken the 3, let him draw an extra card. Then I will play my Virtue, and then I'll get the Glissa, and they'll go for the throw the Glissa, and that would have been kind of still the same game, right? Oh, this is definitely the last game because I gotta go. But this deck has been so heartbreaking for me. So I really like this deck. It's got so much good cards, but it's just so like spread out. Come on, I wanted to play one more game. You're gonna make me play red. I guess we'll have to do it. Feldon? Yeah, of course you're Feldon. Go first, turn 1, turn 2. Guess he just got pumps or something? I don't know. Another Kumano? Do we just get the Preacher out? The Celestus gets us no life here because we can give 5 mana next turn, but then we'll take so much damage here. Does he just have the Charging dude? They always have the Witch Stalker. It just seems they always have the Witch Stalker, and then we just get blown out anyways, right? If you attack, I'll block. Like, it will be very obvious. The fact that he's tanking, though. Kono. Black is great. Black color is great. Green is terrible in Arena. So that's why right now we're in the kind of middle scenario where we're not getting great cards and we're not getting terrible cards. I will get a 1/1 though if I attack here, right? That might be important. 1/1 lifelink. Then he attacks and I block. We'll play this land. We need to get out the Celestus this turn. Now we can tear something if we need to. Let me strike my face. Yikes. So Kenzen. It's just gonna be all out attack. Yep. Let's trade with one of these. Monster's Rage. So can't trade there. Exile one of these commandos. We still gain 1 life, and then we take 5. Take 4. Go down to 5 here. Okay, so we can use the Cottage as a 4/4 if we need to. I guess we'll have to. We can't attack here for sure. We'll gain 1 life though. That'll be pretty important. Foundry lives. Foundry lives. Foundry lives. We'll turn this into a creature. Actually, I could have just Demolition Field one of them. Let's trade this way. He might want to save his Foundry by pumping it, but he does not save it. We just draw Monster's Rage. Top deck Monster's Rage. Never didn't have it. Perfect top decks. Perfect lethal. Could we done anything against that? No, I don't think so. Alright. I don't have enough time for more games, but I'm gonna go and cry in the corner here. This deck is good. I'm not gonna say that it's not good. Every one of these cards are very useful. The problem with it is it's too draw dependent. And on Arena, you'll always get the worst draw against the opponent you're facing. Look at that March. Best card against red. Never drawn it against red. Deadly Cover-Up. Best card against Boar-centric like Boros decks. Never drawn against Boros. Our Virtue. Not very useful against Golgari. Drew both of them against Golgari. Couldn't use it. Glissa. Great against enchantments. Never drew it against enchantments. I don't know. This is just... The whole deck is just heartbreaking because every card is good, but it's like EDH where you're just drawing the baddest card, the worst card at every single scenario, and in those days you just don't want to play anymore, right? And that is the problem with Golgari. I'm gonna go and try out a new Golgari deck. Honestly, I'm gonna filter this so that it's consistent of 4 offs instead of 2 offs and see if it's a little bit better. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.